I have an incurable disease, and the doctor refuses to prescribe me pain medicine. And just when I thought I found a solution, the government decides to fuck us up the ass right again. And some of you idiots are actually happy about this because you don't use your brain cells. You just blindly listen to whatever people tell you. I still work out. I still get my sunlight. I still eat healthy. I'm not a fucking addict. I'm not. I use opioids to treat myself because I have an incurable disease, Lyme's, which can give you pain, lifelong pain. Hopefully, I'm able to heal it one day, but there's no guarantee. I could be dead in a year. I also have missing teeth, which could go sepsis and kill me. That causes pain as well. And the doctor thinks I probably have Crohn's, which causes digestive pain as well. I've been taking a kratom extract to treat the pain. I would have just taken opium if it was legal. I was thinking about that, but I couldn't find it anywhere for cheap and easy in my town. So instead of taking Oxy or instead of taking morphine, which if I could get morphine pills for cheap, I would, at the store, used to be able to just buy morphine and cannabis syrup over the counter. I would just buy that because opium is medicine. We co-evolved with opium. It's only addictive because we co-evolved with it. And that's why it's addictive, because it's like how weed's addictive, but yet weed can heal cancer. The reason why weed's addictive is because our body co-evolved with it. So, of course, when you start taking weed oil or you start taking edibles, you might not want to get off them. Some of the biggest fitness legends like Brawley Gaines use weed on a regular basis because it helps with his recovery. So that's why it's addictive, because our body co-evolved with it. The same way mushrooms are addictive. These things are not actually addictive. You know what's really addictive is fast food. Why? Because fast food, all it does is make you fat and sick for the most part. Not cannabis. Cannabis can cure cancer, not opioids. Opioids can speed up healing for almost every known disease known to man. Why is that? Because any amount of untreated pain can potentially slow down healing time. This is a real study that's been done. And doctors don't prescribe pain medicine anymore because they've been so demonized so quickly. And we lost the war before the battle even begun, because most people just blindly agree with what the government says. And a lot of opioid withdrawals aren't even because of the opioid themselves. It's because you're not getting enough sunlight, you're not eating good enough, you're not taking care of yourself. And so if you make the opioid the one thing that you use to treat your pain, of course, when you come off it, your body's going to be in a world of pain because all you've eaten is fast food cheeseburgers and French fries for the last 10 years. Because you thought, oh, I'm an addict. What's the point in even trying to take care of myself? I'm taking opioids anyways. Those will kill me, won't they? No, they won't. Opioids can actually protect the body from poisoning because they can help with your serotonin and dopamine levels, which can help keep your brain chemistry balanced. They lied to us about everything. Mushrooms are good for you. Cannabis is good for you. Opioids are good for you. Any amount of untreated pain can reduce healing time. So like I said, I found 7-OH and I've been using it to help treat my Lyme's, my missing teeth, my Crohn's. And right as I start using it, all of a sudden I hear rumors about how it might be illegal soon. It's not about safety. It's not about our well-being. Everyone that has a brain knows this. When they made heroin illegal, and people were just chill on heroin, honestly. They were just taking it, having a good time, really. It was like a party drug, honestly, for some people. And once they made that illegal, fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? So it's only gotten worse over time. And I'm not even saying fentanyl is bad. It's good in certain uses. It's so strong, it can help with extreme pain. But the problem is when you get something from the street, it's unmeasured. But the doctors won't give it to you either. I have an incurable disease and the doctor refuses to prescribe me pain medicine, which is medical malpractice, because any amount of untreated pain can slow down healing time. Because your brain controls everything in your body. And when your brain is in pain, it can affect your cortisol, your dopamine, your serotonin. It can affect your whole brain chemistry. And so we have a human right to be able to put whatever we want in our bodies. And there's still time. It's not federally scheduled yet, so there's still time. When there's petitions, hit me up. I'll advertise them. If you guys know any numbers of any politicians, hit me up. I'll hit them up. Vote for me as president. I'll legalize everything. Fix our whole economy. You know how much of our money, people are going to do opioids either way. We co-evolved with them. You're not going to change human evolution with a law. You're not going to change the fact that we have receptors in our brain for THC. You're not going to change the fact that we have receptors in our brain for psilocybin. You're not going to change the fact that we have receptors in our brain for opium with a law. You're just not. It's just not going to happen. So stop trying. Okay? People don't even understand fasting anymore. People think the opioid withdrawals are from the opioids. Half of you guys don't even fast anymore. Fasting resets tolerance for all drugs and all food. If you just did intermittent fasting, you'd be able to get the same high every day from the opioids. You would, if not higher, because your sensitivity would get reset. The only reason you get less and less high every day is because you eat the opioid and then you clog up your receptors with fast food. You clog up your receptors with sitting inside all day and not getting any sunlight. You clog up your receptors with all this dumb shit. So of course you're not going to feel it as much 10 years later, because you just aged 10 years from the fast food. You just aged 10 years from sitting inside all day. If you were using them the way I was, I have Lyme's, Crohn's, and missing teeth, but I still work out. I still eat healthy. I still fast. You wouldn't increase your tolerance because your brain would remain sensitive, because you're treating your body right. And that's how mushrooms and opioids and cannabis are supposed to be used. They're supposed to be used in tandem with treating your body right. The problem is, because they're so stigmatized, a lot of people, once they start using opioids, they just give up on taking care of themselves. They're like, well, I'm already using opioids. What's the point in even trying? Well, I'll tell you what the point isn't even trying. Opioids aren't even bad for you medically. They actually can heal the body, because any amount of untreated pain can reduce healing time. So even emotional pain. Yes, even emotional pain. Emotional pain can affect your physical body. So even if opioids make you feel better emotionally, that's a good thing. The problem is you have to use them in tandem with everything else. You have to use them in tandem with eating better. You have to use it in tandem with fixing your relationships. You have to use it in tandem with getting your life together. And it's so hard to do that because it's illegal. If everything was legalized and at a reasonable price, that's the thing, is the medical industry and the cartel have a monopoly, which makes it way more expensive than it's supposed to be. And that's why it ruins people's lives, because once they get on heroin, they don't have enough money to afford food. They don't have enough money to pay rent. That's why when people go on Suboxone and methadone, it saves lives. Suboxone and methadone is pretty much just as strong as heroin. So why are people able to get their lives together on it? Because they don't have to pay for it, because it's prescribed to them. So they can focus on feeding them, and there's not a stigma behind it, so they don't feel as much shame. Even feeling a certain thing emotionally can affect your whole body. And that's why we need to legalize everything. Because shaming people for using a natural plant that grows out of the ground is not helping anyone's health. And then people think, what's the point in even trying to eat healthy? Of course, if you just give up on life, whether you're taking opioids or not, a year later, you're going to feel like shit. And then you're going to say, oh, I did opioids for a year and I ruined my life. No. You stopped eating healthy that year too. You stopped working out that year. You stopped getting sunlight that year. You just sat in a corner and injected yourself with heroin because you felt too ashamed to even try to make yourself a healthy meal, because you let society convince you that a natural plant that grows out of the ground makes you an addict just to take it. It's the same thing with the lazy stoner stereotype. It's not based in reality. The reality is THC can heal diseases. The reality is any amount of untreated pain can slow down healing time. The reality is magic mushrooms can regenerate DNA damage in the brain. But we let them convince us that these are drugs. And so we lost the war before the battle even begun. You know what most people think about weed being illegal? Or a lot of people are actually starting to wake up. But when it first became illegal, a lot of people were like, yup, that's a good thing. It's addictive. It's an evil plant. Meanwhile, it literally cures every disease known to man. You want to know what most people think about mushrooms being illegal? Yep, it's a good thing. It makes you hallucinate. Meanwhile, it doesn't actually make you hallucinate if you take a micro dose, and it can actually regenerate DNA damage in the brain. It can actually regrow brain cells, and it can actually heal things like autism. It can literally heal diseases. Because if your serotonin's imbalanced, which mushrooms have psilocybin in them, magic mushrooms, which binds to your serotonin receptors, it can affect your whole body, not just your brain, your whole body. So mushrooms can literally cure diseases of the whole body. I saw a YouTube video of someone that took mushrooms and it cured all these diseases that nothing else was curing. Same thing with opium. People just don't know it yet. Opium's the same way. People just don't know it yet. It is an extremely powerful healing plant that God put on earth for our evolution of consciousness. That's why it gets you high and euphoric. It helps put you into a higher state of consciousness. He put it here for the healing of our body. That's why it reduces pain. Any amount of untreated pain can reduce healing time. Opium can get rid of pain, therefore increasing the rate of healing in the body, because when your brain chemistry is balanced, it helps balance everything else. Opium can help emotional, physical, spiritual issues. And we've willingly given it up because we let the government convince us that something we've been using since the beginning of time for labor and healing and sex and art. A lot of artists use opium. You know, they take a pill and make music. Creativity. We've let them convince us that it's not our human right to consume plants that God naturally grows. You realize we have opium receptors. We don't have kale receptors. We don't have spinach receptors. There's only 2 known plants on earth that have opioids in them, as we know of, kratom and opium. They're about to make 7-OH illegal. I've heard rumors. Hopefully it's just rumors. But I also saw someone post a YouTube video with FDA letters. So it's looking very fucking scary. It's looking very fucking scary. And so, they want to take away our freedom. That's what it's about. It's about control. It's about a monopoly. It's not about healing. I went to the doctors with Lyme's, an incurable disease, and they refused to give me pain medicine. I might be dead in a year, guys. They won't even let me enjoy the last year of my life pain-free, or I might heal it. But guess what? Any amount of untreated pain reduces the potential to heal. So the doctor isn't even giving me the full potential to heal because they refuse to prescribe me any sort of pain medication. And I'm trying to find someone that's willing to prescribe it, but it seems almost impossible these days. And no one should have the right to take away our freedom as far as what we can and cannot do in our own, on our own land. This is America. We should be able to grow anything and sell anything we want, guys. It's getting out of fucking hand how much freedom's being taken away. Think about how much money is going to the cartel when it should be going to our own economy. I'm so glad weed was finally legalized in New York, because now you can just go to the weed store down the street and buy it from an actual hardworking tax-paying citizen. I don't like supporting drug dealers that sell lace drugs. I don't like supporting the cartel. I'd rather buy clean morphine syrup from the pharmacy, but you can't do that without a prescription, and doctors don't want to write a prescription for someone that looks young like me. Young people die of cancer all the fucking time, and any untreated pain can reduce healing time. And I have fucking Lyme's. Do you guys not see what's going on? We're not being treated for our pain because opium is bad, according to idiots that don't know what they're talking about. They tried to take away our mushrooms, our cannabis, our opium, and now they want to take away a kratom extract. I finally thought, yes, I found a solution. They won't prescribe me pain medicine, but I found pain medicine at the store. And now they want to make that illegal soon, I've heard. They better fucking not. And if you guys know of any petitions going around we can sign, if you guys know these politicians' number, fuck it. If you know their house address at this point, some of these people deserve to be fucking, I don't even want to say it on camera, because they don't care about our lives. They don't care if we die from chronic pain. Your body can go into shock if you're in too much pain, and doctors will tell you, take a Tylenol. So why can't we have their house address and show up to their house and put in a word with them, man to man? You know what I'm saying? Put in a word. Put in a word, man to man. Because for any of these people that are trying to make opioids illegal, you care more about a monopoly and power and money than if people are in pain or not. And for all of you opioid addicts that blindly think everyone has the same experience on opioids that you do, you're part of the problem. I'm talking about the people that go around and say, I was so addicted, it ruined my life. I'm so glad it's illegal. We're going to save so many people. You ate nothing but cheeseburgers when you were on heroin. You did not work out when you were on heroin. You did not get sunlight. I have Lyme's. I take opioids and I work out. I eat healthy and I get sunlight. My life is not going to get any better once I get off of them because I was taking care of myself while I was on them. I was getting healthier while I was on them. Not everyone's irresponsible like you. There's people that use them responsibly to treat their medical condition, and they want to take away our freedoms just because some people can't use them responsibly. Shame on you, opioid users, that think that just because you had a bad experience with it, no one else deserves to use them. That's like me saying, oh, I don't like spinach. I prefer kale. Therefore, spinach should be illegal. Oh, my body doesn't react good to regular potatoes. I'm allergic. My body only reacts good to sweet potatoes. Therefore, regular potatoes should be illegal. Some people actually benefit from opium. Not everyone's body not everyone gets addicted to it and throws their life away. And half of the people that get addicted to it and throw their life away would be just fine if it was cheaper. The reason why you threw your life away is because you had to buy $30 pills from the dealer. If you could just get a $10 bottle with like 1,000 milligrams in it and take as much as you need when you needed it, it wouldn't ruin your life because you'd still have money for other things. It's a lot of it's the money aspect that's ruining people's lives. And the reason why it's so expensive is because it's illegal. And a lot of it is just misunderstood. Of course, you're going to get addicted to something that you have receptors for. That's just common sense if you actually think about it. Like koala bears only eat eucalyptus leaves. They only eat one type of plant because that's what their body's adapted to. The fact that we have receptors for opium shows our body's adapted to it. Of course, when you start taking it, it's going to feel better than fucking a lot of things because you have receptors for it. Your body's designed for it. Just like how weed cures cancer but still gives you euphoria. Just like how mushrooms can cure diseases but still give you euphoria. Just because it gives you euphoria doesn't mean it's bad. Just because when you take it, you want to keep taking it doesn't mean it's bad. It means you're literally designed for it. And your body's telling you, this is good. And that most people can't comprehend that in 2025. Most people literally can't comprehend that. They think, oh, once you take it, you want to keep taking it. Yeah, just like when a koala bear eats eucalyptus leaves, it wants to keep eating eucalyptus leaves because its body is adapted for it. Our body's adapted to cannabis. We co-evolved with opium. The laborers would use it to get work done, and it gave them endurance, stamina. It protected their body from illnesses. It gave them energy. We co-evolved with it. Of course, when you start taking it, you're going to think, man, this feels better than almost anything I've ever taken because your body is receptive to it. Just like your body's receptive to cannabis. Just like your body's receptive to mushrooms. And of course, when you go off it, you're going to feel like shit. It's like if you take a koala bear and try to feed it a plant it's not adapted to, it's going to feel like shit. Because you're changing your whole brain chemistry in a very significant way. So, opioids are widely misunderstood. They have way more medical benefits than we've been told. And they're not making them illegal for our own benefit. like they say they are, they're blatantly lying to us. Just like they lied to us about weed with reefer madness, just like they lied to us about mushrooms. They're making it illegal because they know people need them and they want power, they want control, they want a monopoly. And to all you opioid users out there that think it's bad just because you didn't have a good experience with it, that's just like how some fruitarians die eating fruit. That doesn't mean fruit is fucking bad. You just used it incorrectly. And shame on you for thinking it should be illegal for everyone else just because you couldn't use it correctly. You're part of the problem. The government's trying to take away our freedoms, and a lot of people are willingly surrendering them. If you're one of those people that's willingly surrendering them, shame on you. You're part of the problem. I have Lyme's. I have an incurable disease. The doctor refuses to prescribe me pain medicine. I heard rumors they might make the one medicine I've been taking illegal soon. I'll show you guys what the medicine is. But yeah, this stuff has been saving my life. See how it's a little pill? Not everyone can eat kratom whole. So these extracts are extremely important for people with Crohn's and Lyme's and missing teeth like me. Because you can just eat one little pill and get like 20 times the effect. If I were to eat the kratom leaf whole, it wouldn't be anywhere near as strong. Although I might have to start making kratom tea soon. Because like I said, this stuff, I don't even think they're going to sell it at the kratom store within the next few days once they run out of stock. I don't even know if they're going to be selling it today or not. So, shame on you, government, for trying to take away all our freedoms. We can't even use weed. We can't even grow our own opium if we're in pain. We can't even fucking literally do anything these days that gives us any sort of remote sovereignty and control over our body. Shame on you dumbasses that think drugs are bad and you just bend over for the government to put it right up your ass. You're part of the problem. You surrendered the war before the battle even begun. And we have receptors for this stuff because God gave it to us for a reason. And it's our human right to treat our bodies as we feel necessary. No doctor has the right to say yes or no. A doctor might prescribe you chemotherapy, but they won't prescribe you weed. A doctor might prescribe you Tylenol, which can give you liver failure and kill you, but they won't prescribe you opioids, which will actually reduce the pain and increase the chance of healing time. A doctor will prescribe you antidepressants, which have side effects such as suicidal thoughts, but you can't even grow your own magic mushrooms legally. What the fuck is wrong with this twisted, fucked up, evil society that we live in? We need to take a stand. I don't know what else to say. Contact the FDA and tell them people need this stuff. There's people with Crohn's, with Lyme's, with cancer that aren't getting prescribed what they need, and they can't just eat pounds and pounds of kratom. They might throw up. There's a reason why these extracts exist. They're easier to absorb oftentimes than the whole leaf, and this extract is just one chemical. So it's easy to understand, like, oh, hey, this one chemical I do really good on. Let me eat this one chemical. The kratom leaf as a whole, which they're still keeping legal, has over 40 different fucking chemicals. So if the kratom leaf, and they're still keeping it legal, has over 40 fucking chemicals, is still legal, why is this becoming illegal? Because they're afraid of competition. This is way more potent than kratom, way easier to digest, and it's in a nice little pill form. They're afraid of competition. They want a monopoly, and they'll do anything to get it, even at the expense of human life. Because like I said, there's people with chronic diseases that opium would greatly increase their chances of healing. Any amount of untreated pain can affect your whole brain chemistry, and any amount of pain that's treated increases your chances of healing. So for some people, opium can literally help them heal their disease. But these people don't care if you're alive or dead. They just want a monopoly. They just want control. They just want power by any means necessary. And it's sickening that people can't see right fucking through it. It's sickening that people can't see right fucking through it. We need to become smarter because our government is taking advantage of people's ignorance. I hope this helps. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Thanks for tuning in. I love you all, and until next one, I'm out. Love and peace.